to this video where I'm going to be speaking about my thyroid nodule diagnosis. I'm going to be sharing with you how I found out that I had a thyroid nodule, the testings that I had to go through to find out if it was cancerous or not, and how I made the decision of if I get surgery or not. Obviously I did get the surgery, and now it is a week after, so I'm going to share with you how this week has been as well. So my journey started approximately 4 months ago. I was actually on vacation in the Philippines on a group tour, and on that group tour it was noticed that I had a lump on my neck. It was like a circle lump. I'll put a photo up here for you to see. And there was doctors on the group tour, and I showed it to them and they said, well, I wouldn't stress about it too much now, but when you go home I would book an ultrasound. So I actually went ahead and booked that ultrasound already with my doctor online, and a portal home for me is Philadelphia. So I went ahead and booked that appointment for when I would be home in 2 weeks time. So I went through my vacation like normal, didn't have any abnormal symptoms really, but then I went to my doctor for the ultrasound. Now we did the ultrasound and they did see that there was a 4.7 centimeter growth, so almost 5 centimeter like nodule ball in my right lower lobe, so the right lower part of my thyroid. So that's quite a big growth. They did have a scale of the different sizes of growths and mine was definitely on the bigger size and was on the size that is recommended for surgery, and definitely recommended to go for further testing as well, because the results of that ultrasound show that there was a little bit of like abnormality with the cells. So very quickly after my ultrasound, I start looking for somewhere to have a biopsy done. So I had a fine needle aspiration biopsy, which is when they put a needle into your neck. They gather out some of the nodule, I guess, some pieces of cells from the nodule growth, and they test that. So I tried to get an appointment, and it was taking a long time for me to find an appointment for this. So I contacted my doctor and he helped refer me to someone for a fine needle biopsy, and I got that done rather quickly. So I prepared for that. Hi, good morning. So I've just got here for my biopsy appointment. It's starting in 15 minutes. I did say to get here at 7:30, but it's actually 7:45. There's a lot of traffic on the way, so I'm glad that I'm at least early for the biopsy. So I just need to go and check in at reception like they said. I am feeling like a little bit nervous, like scared that it might be a bit painful, hoping that everything is going to be okay. But I did dress appropriately today. I wore like this jumper that like rolls down, so it's going to be easy to access my neck area here. But let's go and see what happens, and I'll talk to you after. I showed up to the hospital and they did the fine needle aspiration. It was actually a really stressful experience for me because I am not very familiar with being in hospitals, and this exact location of a hospital had lots of different areas to it, so I did actually get lost for a while and was quite distressed and upset by the time I got there because I was stressed I was going to be late. Okay, this has literally been so stressful. I've literally been so emotional and crying because I feel lost. But a kind nurse did help me get to where I needed to get to. So it was pretty rushed once I got into the room for the biopsy, because I was there just on time, not really ahead of time. So I was laid down, introduced to the doctor, the nurses, told what was going to happen, how the procedure was going to go, and got myself ready for it. They went ahead then and set up the ultrasound screen, and they did the fine needle aspiration, and they did it, I believe 3 or 4 times to get out what they needed. This is bad. I'm literally like pressing my key to find my car. Like I can hear it somewhere, but I have no idea where. Of course, I'm on level 1 and not even on level 2 or 3 where I was looking. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess today. All right, well, all done. I'm gonna drive back now. Gonna listen to some music to try and get hyped up. I am literally so emotional. It's crazy. Like, I thought I was so chill, like I wasn't panicking about this at all. And then I realized when I said to my nurse, oh yeah, I watched like 20 YouTube videos of this beforehand. I realized, well, that probably is anxiety, watching 20 videos beforehand, trying to get some sort of control of the situation, but I'm just like telling myself that I'm not, so I guess I am. Anyway, it's funny, my eyes look so bright when I cry. It's like they literally change color. Anyway, see you later. Gonna go home. Bye. So just got home, feeling a bit better now. It does hurt to swallow a little bit, and when I was in the car and driving a little bit, like I heard it when my head got pulled forward, but I'm not doing too bad. It's not as painful as I thought. I did take some Tylenol, and I guess this plaster, this band-aid, has to stay on for at least 24 hours, so I'm gonna have to work with that on today. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I've just gone for a walk, trying to sip on my coffee with the dogs and just have a normal day before work. Hello, I do want to come on and share some updates on what's been happening so far with my thyroid and the results from my biopsy. Of course, I always choose the weirdest moments to record. Like I'm literally like setting up a Christmas tree right now and got the impulse. So you can pretty much see like the lump like literally right here on my neck. Like it does look pretty big. So the biopsy, the ultrasound that I originally got said it's 4.7 centimeters. And I got the biopsy results from 2 weeks ago when I got my neck biopsy. Now the results came back that it is suspicious for malignancy, which is suspicious of cancer. So when I heard that news, I was quite upset for a day, and then I was okay again. I was okay, and I just had to wait for the next results. So that some of my cells from the biopsy got sent on to a firma, which is like a laboratory for some further testing to see if those cells are malignant or if they're benign, so if they're cancerous, non-cancerous. Now those, I just got those results back. They came in yesterday, but I've just seen them today. And it does say that the results came back as benign, so less than 4% chance of malignancy for that. So I've been doing a bunch of research on the whole thyroid situation, watching a lot of vlogs, and it seems very confusing. I've also been watching a lot of reports from doctors and conferences from doctors who are teaching others about the thyroid and about how the changes and procedures have changed over the years. And I've been listening to a lot of opinions, and what I've kind of heard a lot of people say is a lot of times, even when it says benign, people have got some people who had a benign result did get half of the thyroid removed, for example, found out that it was actually malignant. In other cases, people have got the surgery and it was unnecessary. So I'm trying to decide on what the best protocol is for me. Now I do feel like just with the size of mine, online it says on Google, like a Google search, anything over 4 centimeters is recommended to take out. And I know there can be a lot of fake negatives, fake positives, all of this. For me, I think what I want to do is honestly just get this out of my neck, because I'm beginning to get like a little anxious about it. I also, just don't love it, love a lump on my neck, like who would? Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is a little dog that I'm watching at the moment. She's dog sitting with me today. I hope I forgot her name right now. Gracie. This is Gracie. Gracie. Yeah, so I've contacted a specialist because I don't have a specialist to date now. I just went to a primary care doctor with this concern about a month ago when I saw this lump on vacation. Got my ultrasound there, and then I got referred to a specialist doctor in radiology to do the fine needle biopsy. And after that they sent my cells off for further testing. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just gonna wait. I have contacted a specialist because I have not had anyone call me or read my reports to me. I've just seen all of this on my own on an online portal where I get all my information and medical stuff sent to. No doctor has called and gone through any of this yet. So luckily I do have some people in my network who are doctors who have been helping me read this and have helped to refer me on to a specialist who I want to read this and let me know what they think will be best to do. Personally, I do think I would just feel more comfortable getting this out but we'll listen to what the doctor says because of course they know best, so I'll keep you updated. Also, here's my Christmas tree. I may as well show you since I told you that I was putting it up. I need to find where all the decorations and everything are, and let me tell you, like, this stuff literally gets everywhere. Anyway, see you in the next one. Bye bye. So I just went to go pick up my disc of my ultrasound and biopsy. It's so cool that you can literally just pick that up and have it on a DVD. I wonder if I can watch it, but I don't even have a DVD player. But picked it up, it was nice and easy, didn't take long, in and out within a few minutes. Just got a coffee in the car now with my friend and all the dogs. Oh my god, it is so cold today. I'm so glad that I got that disc so fast. So now my next appointment is on Monday next week, so less than a week away, like 5 days away, and that's with a specialist where he's going to go through all of my reports and the DVD of the ultrasound and biopsy, and he's a surgeon, so kind of just see what happens next from there. I'm just hoping to know soon, I really am, because like I just want to have a plan and know like am I getting surgery, when it's going to be, what does this look like, and I just do feel like a little anxious having this bump in my neck. I'm nervous that it may get bigger and I really don't want it to get bigger. So let's see, I'll fill you in on Monday. Wow. Good morning, so I'm just getting in the car now to drive to my appointment with the surgeon. So we're going to be discussing about potential surgery, or you know, just have him look at my results of my biopsy and ultrasound and kind of just get another opinion and see what he feels like, seeing as honestly no doctor is really read it yet, because all my results have just been sent to my primary care doctor. This is Lotus, because I don't really have a specialist or an endocrinologist just yet, so that's why I'm going to see this person today. Luckily a family or friend did help refer me to him, so I did get the appointment pretty quick. But on the downside of that is, unfortunately, I didn't have time to have the doctor fax over like all of my records and information, and they pretty much threatened to cancel my appointment today. I had a voicemail like left on the weekend that I just saw. So I did find like most of the records myself and figured out how to go and pick up my disc, which is like all of my information from the like photos from the ultrasound and that, and I found any other information that I could find on my online portal and bring that all with me. So fingers crossed they'll still keep my appointment today. Little Lotus is driving with me, my little emotional support. But let's get going because I gotta be there soon. Oh my god, I ate a Jolly Rancher last night, my tongue's still blue. All right, bye. So I just got home from the doctor's office, just picking up my little friend's dog right now. But so I basically had a conversation with the doctor, and he talked me through the history of the thyroid and how doctors, surgeons have recently changed, like what they do, the protocol and such with thyroids. They said like maybe 10 years ago they took out a lot of thyroids, whereas now they don't take out as many because they've done some studies and realized that many people have thyroid nodules. After people died and they got studied, I think it's called autopsies, realized that more than 60% of people had thyroid nodules. Now obviously a variant of different sizes, and many of those actually did have thyroid cancer, but that was not the reason of their death. So he spoke a lot about it, and anyway, we did decide still to go ahead and book my surgery for me. So I have that booked now for January 14 to get half my thyroid, so just to get this right part out, and the incision is going to be somewhere here. He's going to try and make it look all pretty and compact in there. So yeah, I'll update you with what's going to be next. So update is that my surgery is coming up now in less than a month. So I'm just getting myself together, trying to work as much as I can in the meantime to save just as much money, because I do work in the service industry, which means when I don't work I don't get paid. So I'm trying to save up as much as I can, because I may need to take I will need to take some time off, and I'm just not sure how much yet. So I'm just trying to work as much as I can for this month in the meantime, up until then, and then let's see how long I need off. So it's currently 12 days before my surgery, and I was due to fly to Florida a couple of days after to recover down there, and now upon just thinking, I'm probably not going to be able to take a flight realistically if I've just had my neck cut open. I'm not too sure about like how long you have to wait before you can fly. So I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to go down as expected, what exactly is going to happen. But I know I will be out of work for most likely at least 2 weeks, and I'm going to have to just see what happens, take it day by day. I haven't thought too much about surgery. I'm one of those people who learns over time to put things in different boxes and categories in my brain and just take them out when needs be. So I'll take that one out when needs be. I do need to start looking over my paperwork though, and getting some things together that I do need for surgery, like the antibacterial soap that I'm gonna have to wash beforehand, a schedule to make sure that my dog's not with me the night beforehand, just to keep everything clean and wash my sheets and all of that. But I'll keep you updated on what's going to be happening. Yeah, this weather literally feels brutal. It is like so cold. It's like minus something. Like it literally looks like my jacket's cracked. I just got a call from my surgeon to kind of go over everything for surgery tomorrow, like go over my allergies, go over any medications that I take, and just kind of go over the general procedure for what's going to go on during surgery. So we just had to talk through that. So it's coming up now in a week, and they kind of just explained what's going to be going on. So basically they'll text me the day before of what time to come in the next day for surgery. So they'll text me on Monday for Tuesday to go in. They did say early morning, approximately 9, but I guess they'll give me an accurate time. They said that I'll go in before surgery, not to bring in or wear any jewelry, to wear loose clothing, to have showered with this specific soap beforehand, and to have fasted for 8 hours beforehand, to not have had any liquids up until 2 hours beforehand, and to have just had clear liquids. So like just like waters or black tea, coffee and that. And they did say to have some electrolytes as well, but no liquids at all 2 hours beforehand. They said when I get there, like how to get in, the directions and stuff, which I always like to write down in my notes folder because I can definitely get lost. And then they just said that I'm going to meet with the surgeon, and I'm going to meet with the anesthesiologist, whoever who does the anesthesia beforehand, to go over that. And then I'll have my procedure, and then after that I guess I'll have to wait and hang out a little bit after, probably wait for the anesthesia to wear off, I'd imagine, and go home. So they said all in all it'll probably be about 5 hours. And yeah, that's pretty much the update. So I'm just trying to get as much as I can done this week before the surgery, like just getting my errands in and making sure that I get to see my friends, and probably need to like just do all my washing and all that again, so make sure I have clean bed sheets, organize this little one to have little daycare. Lotus, say hi. Because she can't sleep with me the night beforehand. I have to have everything sterile and clean, and like watch my PJs. Maybe I'll even get new PJs today, who knows. Let's see what happens. Anyway, I guess next time I'll see you is like pretty much maybe pre-surgery or surgery. Let's see. Bye. In January now, the date, I think it's like close to the 20th of January, but it's been 8 days since my surgery. So leading up to the surgery, what I had to do was I just had to make sure I had everything arranged, to make sure obviously that I have off work, and make sure that my apartment's clean, bed sheets are clean, towels are clean, everything's clean for after surgery. And then I just had to fast. I fasted only for, I believe it was 8 hours of food and a couple of hours of clear liquids beforehand. And my surgery was booked to be quite early in the morning. It was originally 9 a.m. On the 14th of January, but it was changed and scheduled to 6 a.m. the day before, and when they do confirm the times. So it was quite early. So I went there at 6 a.m. and while I was in the hospital, it was actually a really lovely hospital. Everyone was great. The nurses came in, spoke to me. Mostly everyone asked like the same questions, like my name, date of birth, what I'm here for, all of that. Just, I guess, out of protocol. Then I met, once the nurses done all of my vital tests and everything, I met with the anesthesiologist, and they spoke to me about how they were going to give me general anesthesia, which is I guess the medicine they gave you in the operating room, which puts you to sleep. Just speaking to me a little about that, if I had any questions, concerns. Then I spoke to the doctor and to the surgeon about what he was planning on doing, how long he thought it was going to go on for. So all of this build up took us to about 8:30, I guess, a.m. Going through all of this. The surgery itself, the surgeon explained, was going to be rather short. He said it only takes him about 45 minutes to do the surgery. He is quite experienced and does 3 of these surgeries usually per week, so he's very familiar, so I felt very comfortable with him doing it. And he did tell me that he was going to do the incision here, which is already in the natural line of the crease of my neck, so I wouldn't have to worry too much about scarring and that as well. So once I had all those conversations, then it was time for me to go off to the theatre, go off and get my surgery done. I was already laying down in my bed with all of my equipment on and my gown and my hat and all of that. They gave me some pain medication beforehand. They also gave me a sedative to relax. And then when I went into the operating room, or before that I think, they gave me an injection in my stomach, which is to make the blood a little bit more thin, so to kind of steer away from the possibility of blood clots during surgery. Also then I was given something into my arm. I believe that was, I don't know if that was anesthesia or some sorts of drugs anyway. And then they had the mask on as well, which helps put you to sleep. And they, yeah, that was it pretty much. Now it was kind of funny because when I went into the operating room, I was on a bed that they wheeled me in, and in the operating room there is like a small bed. It's like really small, which you lay on and they operate on you on, and they pulled my bed up right beside this bed, and I just start crawling from, I was obviously quite relaxed already from the sedatives and whatever else they'd given me in my arm. I start crawling from that bed onto the other bed, but I was a little bit wobbly. And they were like shocked. They were like, oh, and like pulled me down. And I was like, huh? And they were like, oh, we're just not used to people being able to move, or like people themselves crawling onto the operating table. Usually you're like lifted on. So they thought that was quite funny and got a laugh out of that, and so did I. Now, before I talk about the after part of surgery, I did realize I did forgot to tell you just one part. So a few days, I think approximately a week before surgery, I actually did have 2 other things that happened. So I had one call from the hospital, which we ran through all of my records, histories, medications, and what was going to happen for surgery, how I'd get there. That happened. Also, I had a pre-surgery test, and so I had an EKG done of my heart. I also had my blood work done, and my heart rate and all of that done as well. I did forget to mention that part, but all of that was done beforehand. So anyway, let's get back to just finished surgery. So I don't remember too much of being finished with surgery. I guess I was probably out of it from the anesthesia. So a couple of hours had passed and I was back to where I started in the original room, and I was coming back to life a little bit. Still feeling a little bit drowsy and out of it, but I realized that I wasn't actually in a lot of pain, thankfully. I did notice I had a scar. First thing that I thought of was, I feel something in the left of my throat. Like, I hope they didn't take the wrong part out. But I was reassured, and by looking at the incision, that it's all good. Definitely the right area was taken out. And yeah, I spoke with a couple of nurses and I believe the surgeon again. Honestly, I don't remember many of the conversations or what we even spoke about, because I was a little out of it at that point. But thankfully they did give me a piece of paper with everything that I needed to know after surgery, and when I can take pain medication, management, anything that I need to do with that, who to contact if XYZ happens, and so forth. So I went on my merry way and went home to my apartment. So when I got back to my apartment, I read through the piece of paper that they gave me, and it said that Most likely I might feel nauseous from the anesthesia. Throat might feel sore. They let me know because they'd actually have to put the tube down for breathing during the surgery twice. I forgot to ask why, or else they told me why and I don't remember. But that, and then it also said that I may feel nauseous, so I may just have to eat clear liquids, plain foods, and then just to take my pain medication every 6 hours. And straight away when I got home, I was like literally craving Chinese food. It was so funny because I've had anesthesia in the past when I had my appendix taken out and also tonsils taken out in the past. Now this is probably more than 10 years ago when I had my appendix taken out. But I remember feeling so sick and like I was puking after, and it's like green ball and all this. But thankfully after the surgery, I did not feel sick. Straight away I wanted Chinese food. I didn't feel in a lot of pain actually. There must have been a lot of painkillers and stuff going through my body, which later when I saw my online portal, all of the items they had given me was quite a lot. It was interesting to see. But yeah, so I got my Chinese food a couple of hours after surgery. I also had McDonald's and I wanted ice cream and I wanted this and I wanted that. I had all these cravings. The next day, same thing again. Now it did hurt a little bit to swallow, of course. When I take my pain medication, I'm good for a couple of hours and swallowing is fine. And then when I don't take it, that's when it starts to get sore, when it starts to wear off. Other pains, the side of the area hasn't been too painful. Obviously, if I move, that's when the pain starts. Like if I twist, you'll see my body is actually twisting with my neck. It's like not doing it by itself. It's kind of a little bit scary still. But if I twist my neck to either side too quickly, if I look up, that quite hurts. And after surgery, I tried to make some sounds with my vocal cords because I heard your vocal cords can be affected sometimes. I tried to do E in a really high pitched sound and that really hurt. So I'm actually terrified to make that sound just yet. Maybe next week I'll try. Yeah, but the side itself is not too bad unless I move or tug at the scar. Now what really hurts is around the surrounding areas. So like all the sides of my neck, the tops of my trapezius, the back of my neck and back. All of these areas are holding a lot of tension. My posture is rather bad. Usually have a good posture, but I feel very hunched and closed, almost like I'm a boxer protecting my body in a fight is how it feels. And my neck is leaning very forward because it hurts to have a good posture because it feels like my scar is being pulled. Yeah, so that's not the most fun part. It's usually fine when I wake up first thing in the morning or when I'm laying down for a long period of time because my shoulders get to relax and everything. But when I'm up for the day, where if I have to sit for a long period of time or if I'm out and about, that's usually when it starts to hurt. So this was a flashback to a few days after surgery, and this is how my voice was sounding. My neck also got a little bit more stiff before it got better. I have a call with the doctor soon in probably like an hour. My voice is definitely not really there today. The call with the doctor is to get a note to have the time off work, which I really don't think is going to be an issue.
Hey, so we are here because we're doing this paperwork, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that we got all the details. So you're going to have a biopsy or you're getting your thyroid removed?
No, I already got it removed.
Okay.
So I didn't have an issue with getting that time off, and I just spent the next week just relaxing, recovering, and this Theragun was literally magic for helping out with my sore muscles around my neck. Also, I was told that I just can't drive for 48 hours, but then I can drive. Now it's been 8 days and I've still not drove because I don't feel comfortable driving just yet. Until I feel comfortable that I can turn around and look at the back of the car, I'm not going to risk driving. Now, as of now, I'm feeling pretty much the same, I guess, since surgery, like a little better, like more comfortable, a little bit more range of motion in my neck now. I'm able to relax my shoulders more, I'm able to manage it more, trying not to take painkillers. Sometimes I do have to take them still. And it's mostly just all the muscle soreness around. So I've been rubbing some of this CBD, like ointment, into that, thankfully, that one of my friends made for me. Yeah, but that's pretty much how it's gone so far. Now next week, actually in a couple of days, I have an appointment back in Philadelphia, so I'm actually gonna have to go to that, and that's going to be with my surgeon, just speaking about the surgery. Also, that will be my results. So my results where they sent my thyroid nodule to the lab to see if it's cancerous or not. And that will determine if I need further treatment, if this is the end of treatment, and I have a couple of questions that I need to ask there as well. So I'll go through that and I'll let you know how that goes too. So an update on the whole situation and the scar. I did actually go to the doctor yesterday and got the stitches taken out, and I'll show you how it looks in a moment. It actually looks really well. I think he did an absolute great job. Now the doctor did say that it can get worse before it gets better, and the healing process for scars are from 9 to 12 months, which is quite long, but he said initially, especially in the first 3 months, there can be a lot going on there, so cut through multiple layers of skin. So don't be surprised if a lump grows even the size of a golf ball here, or if there's bumpiness, because that's all just part of the healing process, and it will like eventually dissolve back to normal as well, and should look pretty clean. So yesterday with the doctor's appointment, how it went was I got the results, and they let me know that the big lump that they took out of my neck was actually benign, so it was not cancerous, but there was a growth beside that lump which was cancerous, and that is it was papillary thyroid cancer, and they said it was papillary carcinoma. I'm not too sure what exactly that means, but I think it just means that they found it like more so incidentally, like that's not the place where they were, like they initially thought the big lump was cancer. They didn't think that small lump was cancer, so I think it means that they accidentally found it, as far as I'm aware anyway. So I'm just out here in the sun right now. My appointment was in Philadelphia, but I flew back up here to Florida because I have some family here, so I'm just chilling out here and relaxing, recuperating, and I have my neck covered because they did mention that it is quite important to cover that scar. So this is how my scar looks. It literally looks incredible. I sent it to a doctor and he said that I literally heal like Wolverine. I've never seen a scar look this good this soon after surgery, so I'm pretty happy about that. So if you do have any questions about this or anything, do let me know. I decided to make this video because looking at other videos on this topic were so helpful. So helpful to decide, do I want to get it out? Do I not? How is the surgery going to be? And what the process looks like. It was incredibly helpful for me, so I wanted to add and contribute to that, and also make my own video, add my 2 cents, I guess, as well. But yeah, any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'll see you in the next video or in the comment section. Bye for now, and good luck on whatever you're going through.